Well, hello. This is Neptunifish Tarot. My name is Alicia. This is a weekly reading for the sign of Pisces, March 29th through April 3rd or 4th, I guess. Welcome to the channel, Pisces. This is your very first weekly reading that I am releasing. And this may resonate with you if you have a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Pisces. It may not resonate with every single Pisces in the world, but take it as it resonates, obviously. Again, welcome to my channel. I'm glad that you made your way here. We're going to be using some oracle decks, which you can see pictured here: Whispers of Love, Wisdom of the Oracle, and then Oracle of the Fairies. I also pulled some tarot from Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot Deck, Matt Hughes. So yeah, we're going to get right into the message this week. Pisces, it looks like you are dealing with some mental processes, okay? It looks like we are kind of in a bit of a holding pattern as well as a building pattern. I think the reading overall speaks to processing through some of our thought patterns, as well as making some decisions about how we want to move forward with our situations, whatever they are. And so I'm going to take this reading in blocks. After I laid them out, it kind of became apparent to me that the tarot underneath each one of these oracle cards sort of supports the story. So we're going to start with temptation. And it says, are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. And yes, obviously that is very true, as we are powerful beings who have the ability to create the reality. That's what the well speaks about, creating the reality for ourselves. But we see with this Nine of Pentacles and this Nine of Swords that we have sort of come to this conclusion that there is something that's causing us some kind of mental strife. In the Nine of Swords, you see this woman and it's like she's being haunted by her memories and her thought patterns and things that maybe are just imagined. But I'm thinking that with this temptation card, there are behaviors that we have sometimes in our lives that it's just a cyclical thing. We just find ourselves sort of doing these same things over and over and over again, whether it's in our minds or whether they are actual habits that we have formed that just create these patterns in our lives, and they don't really help us. In fact, they sort of hold us back from creating the reality that we would really like to see for ourselves. And so, but this is a positive spin here, because with the Nine of Pentacles, look, this is showing us that we are on a path to move forward, to create this abundance in our life, to create this actual physical manifestation of all the things that we do want to see in our life. So the first step is to bring our attention to those things. Okay, what kind of habits can we start to address? And look, it doesn't have to be huge, big things. I mean, this week, let's just pick one. All right. Whether it is in the area of We just need to get in some extra steps, right? Um, maybe we just make one decision to take one step in that direction, towards that direction. Um, and we're going to have to ask for help. What do you really need? And be willing to accept support. And listen, guys, this is definitely something that we all struggle with this, right? Like, we have to be willing to sort of humble ourselves and be willing to say, look, I don't have all the answers right now. I'm dealing with something that's causing me some kind of pain, right? Just, it's a pain point in our lives. It's something that we're just ready to overcome. Number nines, when we come to nine in tarot, we're just ready. We're ready to take steps to sort of do the thing, but we can't do it all alone. We don't live in a vacuum. And so I would encourage you all to get quiet and let's ask our guidance for help. We have internal guidance. Now, this can be somebody in your external environment as well. If you have a really good friend or somebody who you look up to, a wise counselor, somebody who you feel like they demonstrate the qualities of, that which you're trying to change in your own life, approach that person, ask them, how they achieved what you're seeking to achieve. What advice can they offer? What steps did they take? Could you take to overcome that thing? What plan can you put into place? And this is about being super creative, right? And also, I think more than anything, it's really having that knowing of that self-confidence, that belief and that self-worth, to believe that you do have what it takes to do this, okay? And these are beginning steps. We're in the month of April coming up in the sign of Aries. And we're going to have a lot of things well up right now related to our identities. And so it's natural to have questions about where, and this is the solar new year, so New Year's themes. It's natural to have these doubts or these questions or these things come up that you feel like, yeah, I want to go back to the drawing board and I want to start to really take concrete steps towards bringing in this next thing. And simple acts of kindness, I feel like, yes, of course, we want to be kind to others, but this is not in the context of this reading about being kind to other people. This is about being kind to ourselves, okay? We have to have patience and understanding. We're just human beings who, life is not as simple. It's not always easy. And, we have to mother ourselves. We have to be kind to ourselves. We have to allow ourselves the space to heal and to, try and try again. When we don't succeed the first time, that's okay. We're here in Earth School to learn how to become creative beings, okay? Page of Pentacles is a starting energy. This is where we are just beginning to bring into our physical realities this idea of this thing, okay? It's a process. It can't happen overnight. There may be you may have started over with the same thing 10 different times. That's okay. You've got to be kind to yourself. It's a learning process, all right? This time, what the reading is guiding you to do, all right, the message is to reach out for help this time. Maybe this time, with the right support around you and the right attitude of, take your time, be kind to yourself, okay? And you're going to get there. And then we have these last four cards. And there is this sort of message where this Knight of Cups, you might normally read that to be like somebody is coming in to offer you a cup of love. And I think in the context of this reading, there's several things that come to mind with this. Learn to meet another's need for love. Learn to meet your own need for love. Don't turn your back in this Eight of Cups when somebody comes and wants to offer you their assistance. Kind of just piggybacking off of what we just talked about, okay? Somebody's going to come in and they are going to offer you help. They are going to offer you love and assistance and support. Are you going to turn your back on that? Okay? Or are you going to meet that other person and meet yourself and allow them to come in to meet you and to support you and to love you? And truth be told, right? Because are you ready to tell yourself the truth? And the truth is this process of becoming transparent with others, with becoming vulnerable, with allowing yourself to be seen, with allowing others access to who you are. And so in the Eight of Cups, what are we walking away from? Maybe it's better to phrase it, what are we walking towards? We're looking out in the scene under the light of the moon. What are we willing to reveal? All of the things that we've done in the past or tried to do in the past that just haven't worked out for us, are we willing to leave those things behind, those behaviors behind, those thoughts behind? Are we willing to tell ourselves the truth about what we need to let go of? Okay, so that we can work towards something more abundant, right? Because at the beginning of the reading, this is what we want, okay? This is where we're headed. This is what is possible for us. We are master manifestors, Pisces. Okay? So we have some things to think about this week. Don't allow it to send you spiraling down into depression and into terribly low spaces for too long. Yes, you're going to get into this space, and yes, you need to feel those emotions so that you can deal with them, so that you can begin to process them and heal them, okay? But the advice is to ask for help and to be kind with yourself during this time. Because if you can, here is what is on offer for you. This new Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. This is what is possible. Okay. This place of stability, where your cup of love is overflowing and you are finally heading out of that Nine of Swords place and moving into a much more positive space. Okay. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be a week where you are going to have to make some decisions about what you want to do and how you want to move forward. Be kind to yourself, okay, during this process. Everything is going to turn as the wheel it always does, Pisces. Don't get too caught up in it, okay? It's going to be okay. I hope you all got something from this message, and please do like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to come back. I would love to have you join the community. We will see what messages come out in the weeks and months ahead for 2021. Thank you guys. I will be seeing you next week. Take care.